What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs? This is Extreme Eggnog Nation, coming to you live. As many of you well know, RuneScape 3 was launched about a week ago, and with it is the new interface system. Woohoo! I've been reading the forums, my clan forums, and all over RuneScape, and I've noticed people are still having problems with it, so I thought I'd make a little helpful guide just to get you a little more familiar with it and how to make your own little custom setup. So the first thing you want to get familiar with is this action bar right here. This is where all of your icons are currently stored. Things such as your inventory icons, your friends list, prayer, abilities, all of that, Squeal of Fortune, that is all stored under here. So you need to always have this displayed on screen at all times, which it should be by default. To load your presets that were already put into the game, you're going to click on this cogs, and there's quick loadouts. And for those of you who like to play in the fixed screen, the small tiny one that was in RS3, you're going to want to load old school, and it's going to be a lot like that. And here's just a couple presets you can choose from, like retro. That's a nice one, but we're not here to do that. We're here to learn how to make our own. So here, let's just work off of retro. So first thing you want to know is everything, you can drag it, you can expand it, well, except the ability bar because it's a piece of shit. But yeah, so you can expand it. If you want the chat box to take up the whole damn screen, that entirely up to you, my friends. It's this is really going to be up to you how you want to position your things, but I will give you a good kind of idea of where I've been putting things and finding it, kind of useful. So one of the first things I like to do is take my minimap and blow it up. That's one of the greatest things about this new interface is you can totally blow up the size of your minimap and make your click distance on it much farther. So if you're lazy like me and don't actually click in the game, you can just click over here and be good to go. So this is a must-have. Now, I noticed if you take the icons that you're going to be working with and you drag them up so it forms a column like this. Now, I've been taking this, running it right next to the minimap, and then adjusting the size of the minimap. And there you go. It flows really nice. It's not too hindering. I mean, one problem I have noticed is when you're going to use the telly button, sometimes this will cover it up. But honestly, if you use the new keybinds, just press the letter T on your keyboard, and that will bring up your lodestone network. So that's not even really a problem. I think this kind of looks nice, and it's where the old map used to be, so it's really not much of a difference. We will get to these icons soon. Now, the ability bar has always been over here on top of the chat box. However, I think it's time to move that. I think this goes really nicely right in the middle of the bottom of the screen. And I'm going to show you why in a second. Right here, it's just dead center, and we have plans for over here, so we kind of want to move it here. Now, you could put it up here if you wanted. You could put it over here. You could put it right under here. It's really up to you, and I believe you can even change the size of it if you want it. Yeah, so you can turn it into a little smaller if you want. The usual. But yeah, I like to just plop it down right here. Now, I may find that when time comes to combat, I want to drag it up here. That is the great thing about this interface. Say you want to go to do combat and you need these right here, right here. You can just drag it up here and leave it right there. But let's just plop it down there. That works. Perfect. Now, one of the first things you're going to start thinking about is, whoa, where is my private chat box? We're used to having the little private text come up right here on the screen. Well, unfortunately, that has not been implemented right now. So I have a quick solution, and we will find it. So you are going to go, actually, I'm lying. You're going to go to your pre-existing chat box, and it's going to have all these icons. Emotes, clan chat. This is just to filter your search, see which one you want. But we want the private chat to be separate. So what you're going to do is click on the private chat, hold down, and drag it up. And it's going to form a whole new chat box over your private chat. So it's kind of like 2-in-1. Here your private chat's going to come up, and then down here you'll have the rest of your chat, your game chat, friends chat, guest clan, and you can access your emotes. You can move that later if you want. And then you're going to notice all the controls for your chat are on this little bar here. Now, what I did is disable private chat on this one, so it's not popping up on both screens. So you'll have your private chat, which includes your friends' logins and all of that. That'll be right here, and then the rest of it will be down here. It's not beautiful, but it works. Now, your interface may not look the same as mine. It might not have these really nice slim bars like that. So here, let me show you how to change that really quick. You're going to go to the cogs icon, the settings, go to interface settings, and you're going to check slim window skins. See, if I uncheck it, they go big and bulky, and that's probably how you see them right now. But if you check it, they get nice and slim, and I think it makes for a much cleaner layout. Now, if you're like me, you're wondering, oh dude, where the heck is the backpack? Well, that is definitely important. So, as I told you already, this bar has all of the icons you're used to seeing. So, under this sword and shield, you're going to see your backpack and your equipment slot. So, let's take the backpack and drop it right there. This is the familiar backpack, the four row, whatever, 4 column, whatever you want to call it. Now, knowing me, I want change. Change is what I want. So, I made a nice little, let's see, what is this, 4x7? And I think this one fits a lot. It's about equal size of this. If you can make it a little longer, actually. There you go. And that'll do nicely. Now, if you want, or this is what I personally did, is you're going to notice when in old school RuneScape with your backpack, you also had access with little tabs down here to things such as your inventory, friends list, all of that, yada, yada, yada. So, say you want to put the equipment in the same window as this, so you can just switch back and forth. So you're going to go over here, here's your worn equipment, you're going to click it, you're going to drag it, and pull it down into this box until you see the little arrow right there pop up. And now you're going to see it's separated into tabs. And we're going to have to drag it a little more just to fit it the size. There you go. Now see, you can switch between your backpack and your worn items. And there's a couple other things I like to drag down here just for convenience. So first off, tasks. This gives you quick access to your tasks. And then you can also access quests, battle, umbrage, minigames, yada, yada, yada. Same old, same old. And then I also like to pull down my friends list down here, so I can have access to that. Not that I have many friends, but hey, it works. And we want our skills, of course. Now, like I said, this is totally customizable. I had it for a while where I took my skill box up here, separated into 2 columns, and was just running it off like that, so it was always displaying right there. It is really up to personal preference there, but for me, I just like to have it right there. It's nice, clean, tidy. And then last but not least, I like to have my music player. I mean, who does not like RuneScape music? Especially now with the new update. And for the heck of it, let's just drag notes down there, even though I don't have any. Who cares? So you're going to say, oh, fine and dandy, this is great, but what happens when I want to get in combat? So you can actually make multiple layouts, and that's the beauty of this new interface system. And you can save them, so next time you log in, it's already saved as a preset. So what you're going to do is, say you want to save this preset here, just go and click on Custom 1, and it should ask if you want to save over an old one. If you haven't already saved, it will save it. I don't want to save over my old one, so I'm going to stop there. And this will be your skilling set. But you're going to notice, what about this? This is oddly positioned. So there's actually an edit mode that's going to let you do a little more with the interfaces. So let me show you that again. You're going to click on the cogs, and then you're going to go to edit mode. And then you want to select Game HD Use Editing. Now this is going to bring up a ton of stuff. So first off, you're going to see XP tracker. Now this is the nice little thing that tells you all your XP, or helps you track it and all that. So I like to drag that right there, and then just for the heck of it, take this area status one and put it right there. Now you can see there's a ton of different interfaces you can be dragging along. There's your task interface, task complete, crafting progress. I have no idea what this is, but let's just go with it. And then things like your grave. I actually like to take my grave stuff and drag it over here. It's a little cleaner. I don't want to clutter up this area. And then the game dialog box, I actually like to take and just drag it right over the top of the ability bar. So game dialog, when it pops up, it'll be nice square and center. It won't be in this chat box like you might be used to, but it's kind of nice. And then once again, when you're done, you just press save and exit. And then let's just cancel, whatever. Confirm. And then you can go back in here and save your layout, and it'll keep all those changes to it. But like I said, this is just kind of a nice little skilling set we got going. In fact, here's one more little thing you can do. Let's make it a little nicer. Oh, I screwed up. There you go. Okay, let's go in here, and when I'm skilling, I personally like to, I'm always teleporting around doing some magic spells, you know, the usual. So let's take the magic box. All I did was go up here and go to the magic icon and drag it down. And now I have this little magic tab, and this is going to give me access if I need my teleports. They're all right here. Or if, say, I want to high alch stuff right there. It's really convenient. It's nice to have. But like I said, we just saved this as custom 1, so you can get back to it later. And now we can tweak this interface even a little more, actually delete stuff if we want, and make another one that's specialized for combat. So what I like to do is take my prayers, okay, and then just drag those right there. It's a nice little thing. It's right above your inventory, so it's quick access to your prayers. And then for your abilities, just plop them right here. Now you can do this in a multitude of ways. It's really up to you. I like to put them all in the same tab, to be honest with you. It's much easier to access. So we got our magic, our melee, range, and I apologize, my camera cut out there, but back to it. This is pretty much what we have left. Now we have the combat abilities, and you can scroll over, select which one you want, and it's just a really nice clean setup. So yeah, this is my ideal combat setup. And then, like I said, if you really want, you can move this up here so it's a little easier access while you're fighting stuff. It might get in the way while you're clicking. That's really up to you. I keep it down here. So now you got a second little combat interface going. Save it under Custom 2, and you're good to go. So there's kind of two little interfaces set up that that's kind of how I did mine. I'll show you my two final presets. So let's load Custom 1. It's pretty similar, as you can see. We have all this, and then let's see. Let's go talk to the pirate. Chat box appears right here, and then you got private chat in there. You got clan and everything else right there. You got inventory right here, and then, like I said, this is my skilling setup, so I got my spells and all that right there. And then we can hop on over to my custom 2. And it's pretty much the same, except this expands out, so you got my combat abilities and my prayers. So it's a really nice clean setup, and I think it gives you access to everything you need. One of the few things that you won't have access to is like the Squeal of Fortune, but just click that icon right there, plop that up, and there's your Squeal of Fortune. So that's always there. And it's really up to you how you want to customize this. Just a few final notes. If you go into interface settings, you're going to see a couple things you can toy with, like your transparency of your windows. If you want them to be see-through, which I think is ugly as hell, then you can, or you can pull it all the way down, and I think that's much cleaner. And you're going to notice this also transfers to your bank, so you're going to find it very beneficial if you have a darker background. Just keep that in mind. And then just a bunch of different settings. I like this one. This helps you control your skill tracker right here. You choose which skills you want to track, like your overall, and then I have fletching and farming. And then when you want to reset your counter, just come into this interface and choose reset. It's pretty simple. There is a lot to get used to though with this new interface, and just here I'll leave you guys with a couple more tips. By pressing F3, this is going to bring up all your adventure log, which includes your quests, challenges, and all of that. So you don't really have to tool around with doing that over here anymore. Just press F3 on your keyboard. Then F2 will bring out all the appearance stuff, your titles, customization, and F4 is going to help bring up your melee, range, magic, and that's going to help you show or put where you want your XP to go. So if you want your melee XP to go to attack, you choose this, or defense. I want attack right now though, so naturally it's going to be there. But yeah, these are just a couple points that hopefully help you out learn this new center. Or geez, wow, that sounded great. I hope this helps you learn the new interface a little more. It can be a little daunting at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really cool. And over time, they're probably going to fix things like they'll let you bring the chat over, the private chat split up here, so you won't have to have a separate box. It's just, with time, I'm sure this will get updated because a lot of people are requesting it on the forums right now. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you got any questions, just plop them down in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to answer them, as long as they're not regarding strange things like how to exorcise your sister with an exorcism. I mean, not exercise. If she's overweight, I guess I could give you tips there, but I'm not really the best exerciser myself. So, you know what? Let's forget I ever said that. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.